Welcome to On the Chain. This is Jeff here with co-host Chip. What is going on, Chip? What is going on, everybody out there in the XRP community, in the crypto community, in the On the Chain community? What is going on? Good to see everybody on here with us tonight. Tonight, we might be connecting the dots. XRP's secret move that has the banks on edge. Ripple's next phase in global finance and the growing wave of radical politics sweeping through the West. This is about money, power, and control. What happens when they collide? Well, you're going to find out because we're about to get into it.
Let's go. Welcome everybody to On the Chain. Drop we are coming in from. I see we got some early people here. We have the first one, Crypto G, first one in. Got Chad, greetings from Celebration. Happy Hump Day. Happy Hump Day. All I hear is Space Age Love Song. That's what I was, that was the whole thing. It's was my Flock of Seagulls do. I've since put it back to where it's supposed to be. Yeah, they both come down like that. And it's Flock of Seagulls. I ran so far away.
Just coming in from Toronto. Give a shout out where you guys are tuning in
Peter
from.
The Cabbage Eater. Peter the Cabbage Eater.
Should
that be Peter the Cabbage Eater? Peter the Cabbage Eater sounds weird. It should be Peter the Cabbage Eater. Peter the Cabbage Eater. Like
Colorado.
Zober's in here. Good all day. Colorado here in the house. Checking in. Colorado, Canada. Yeah. Hockey started last night, Jeff. I don't know if you're. It was a big deal.
It was a big deal.
It's back on. It's back on the hockey. Hockey's back on.
Panthers
and how about those? And how about Toronto, man? So, been watching the Yankees series now. It's like it's 1-2. So last night the Blue Jays, the Bills got in trouble because they wished they wished the Toronto, good luck in the playoffs, and they were like, but isn't the Buffalo Bills, aren't they in New York, or should they be wishing the New York Yankees? Right. I'm like, I don't think anybody likes the Yankees, so now it's 2-1. So if they win tonight, then it'll be 2-2, and it'll force a Game 5 in Toronto, which would be interesting. Look at that. We already have one Yeti, dude. We have one Yeti. One Yeti. We have one Yeti drawn there. Beautiful. One Yeti. So let's get the show underway. So Ripple just posted this a few hours ago, but I love this commercial. I really love the way it's put together and edited. They always do a great job. Their comms team does an amazing job. The PR group does some good stuff. Let's play this and then we'll chat about it. All right, let's go.
It's happening right now. It's happening to banking, and it's happening with Ripple. Blockchain, crypto, customers and suppliers are paying with it and making real-time settlements around the world. So it's happening to bonds, currency, markets, almost anything. Because if change is happening in finance, then it's happening everywhere. And it's happening with Ripple.
Nice. It's a nice spot. 30 seconds. That's 30 seconds. A lot gets done on that spot, Jeff.
It's amazing. It's amazing how much they just packed into there. What did we just learn?
I think we have to watch it again. It just goes by too fast. I think it's just that. Let's watch it.
It's happening right now. It's happening to banking. And it's happening with Ripple. Blockchain, crypto, customers and suppliers are paying with it and making real-time settlements around the world. So it's happening to bonds, currency, markets, almost anything. Because if change is happening in finance, then it's happening everywhere. And it's happening with Ripple.
Yeah.
There it is.
It's happening with finance. It's happening everywhere.
It's happening everywhere.
It's happening with Ripple.
Yeah, it's good. Those are the kind of good commercials. You pack a lot of stuff in. You definitely want to see more. We have this right here.
Pretty solid.
They posted this blockchain powerful engine creates groundbreaking opportunities, and then they posted this right here. Here it is. It's happening. I shouldn't have said. Talk to us. There's the video. Blockchain. I like this floating here. Look at that, Jeff. That's cool. The fiat's kind of looking you right in the eyes. Yeah, it's kind of floating like that. It's beautiful.
Oh, look at that. And that's very cool.
Blockchain crypto is happening at payments. Beautiful. payments,
reach.
finance,
Boom, look at
money,
that.
banking,
Oh
assets.
man, that's sweet.
It's a really good, a really awesome website, man.
Man, look at that.
Faster settlement.
It's so different. The receipts.
Yeah, whoever's doing this stuff is crushing it. Even this little floating cloud over here.
Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, that's great.
What the hell's that?
Huh.
In there. I like this a lot. And I like that they're just using brighter colors, not so much the black anymore. It's just the readability is so much better.
Super easy to use.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
Super easy to navigate.
It's well done.
Oh,
Remember
it's
this, Jeff?
cloud.
That's the old Wall Street bull.
Oh yeah, there he is.
Well, everyone likes to take a picture there in Wall Street. It's like the big old Wall Street bull. So there it is. Talk to us, and then boom, you could set up a conference call there, right there, just like that.
Right with the team.
Ready to go.
There's the team.
Very
Nice.
cool. Very good.
Like it.
Gave him the chills. The chills, baby. Yeah, they do good stuff. Good media. Freaking amazing media coming out of there all the time. Everything to do is first notch. And you like a lot. I see a lot of good things come out of a lot of blockchain companies too, but Ripple just seems to have that like upper echelon, which I really think is good. Gave them chills. I like to have chills. They're multiplying. Losing control.
Solid.
It happens. And then Pantera Capital, I was trying to find out when this event happens, Jeff. I couldn't really find out, but here we go. Where is it? Right there. Yeah, Pantera Capital put this up. This represents the future of rewiring the financial system. Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, at the Pantera Blockchain Summit of 2025. They put this up here with all the other people, hosted by Dan Pantera, in conversation. But I'm like, where is it? Is it a happen? Is this... They posted this yesterday. So when does the event happen? It says, check out the agenda. Okay. But then, when is it going on? I don't know when it's actually happening. I got some really notable people there. Dan Vogel from Bitso. They got Spencer Spinelli from Circle. OpenFX was there. Sentience. Yeah, you got a good mix of companies. This is looks like a really cool conference. But not as cool as Ripple Swell that's coming up, Jeff, on the 4th and 5th of next month.
4th and 5th of November.
I will be there, and hopefully you'll be there too.
November.
Got Ondo there, Fidelity, Open Mind, Hive Mapper.
See.
So much stuff. What's coming up? But I don't know when this is actually happening.
Happening or happened?
That's what I don't know. It's like this. They posted it yesterday. So I doubt it would have happened already. But it's weird that they didn't plug anything else in there, as to when this thing is going down.
Right?
I don't know. Who knows? It's a big mystery. It's a big mystery at this moment.
There's a tremendous number of pretty impressive speakers at the Ripple conference, at the Swell conference coming up. Look at that.
Some Miami Heat. I like that. I like the sound.
If you kind of put them side by side.
You can watch that. The Yankees game's going to start. I think the Yankees game's already on. Yankees game.
Miami Heat looking good.
That's good. Well, it's early in the season. Let's not get our hopes up.
Panthers won their first game.
Yeah, as they should. Opening night, celebrating that big second. If they 3-peat would be nice, Jeff.
That'd be great.
Repeat
that'd
be fantastic.
That'd be pretty impressive.
Winning once is hard. Winning twice is damn near impossible. Winning 3 times,
3 in a row.
Holy cow. How about this? Raquel Amanda posted this. She runs PR and community building over at Ripple. Ripple Dev Senior Vice President Marcus Infinger says Yuan stablecoin can boost Korea's global financial standing via Chosen Biz. And he there's this cool article on this. This is a really in-depth article, Jeff. So the Korean won, they're talking about a stable coin and how that might boost the global finance standing of Korea itself, South Korea, of course. And he goes in this whole, gosh, look at Temu. That's an ad. That's not. So here we go. Look at all this stuff. So what I did was I took this and I put it into a ran it through AI, and I sort of like want to talk and focus on the big points of that article. But basically, XRP, Jeff, as we found out when we emceed the World of Innovation, what was it called? WI World
Wave
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 of
of
Innovation. I want to say
innovation.
World, but it's Wave of Innovation down in Australia, and some notables from Korea. And I just was amazed at how big crypto is there. I don't know if you, when you were there, did you see any signs or like advertising that, crypto anywhere?
I didn't. I saw a lot of signage in and around AI, and there was a big AI conference coming, but I didn't really see any crypto. I thought I would see more, in and around, just based on the overall adoption. And we were in downtown Seoul quite a bit, and no, I didn't really see anything.
Well,
Didn't
according
doesn't
to
mean it
this,
wasn't there.
XRP is super popular in Korea. It's consistently ranking between number 2 and 3 in market capitalization among virtual assets, which is pretty amazing. Ripple Labs is investing heavily in the Korean market, hiring a local market lead, meeting with major corporations, hosting XRP Seoul 2025. That was a massive event, man. That was like 3,500 people there. Marcus Infiger praised Korea's advanced tech structure and infrastructure, and also the understanding of digital assets. You don't really need to advertise there. People are already down for the digital assets. Stablecoins is the bridge between traditional and DeFi. Infinger said stablecoins connect traditional finance and decentralized finance, acting as borderless digital cash. They enable instant, low-cost, transparent payments, a major benefit for trade-driven economies like Korea. And then Ripple's new stablecoin, Ripple USD, a dollar-backed institutional token, aims to streamline the cross-border remittances and global payments. Financial innovation through tokenization. Stablecoins pave the way for faster fund movement, lower costs, new financial products. And then asset tokenization, which everyone's talking about, stocks, ETFs, collateral, and treasuries. They'll create a new generation of global trading and investment tools. And Ripple basically sees it as institutional adoption as the next phase for the blockchain, sort of, the next phase of this whole thing. And then you want to take the next one there, Jeff? Next two?
On the where are we?
Stablecoins.
Where are we? Stable coins and CBDCs. This is going to be interesting. Complementary, not competing. Okay, let's read into it. Infinger emphasized cooperation, not competition, between central bank digital currencies and private stablecoins. Envisions a hybrid model. The Bank of Korea provides infrastructure, while private firms like Ripple build networks and apps on top. Won-denominated stablecoin could strengthen the won, lower funding costs, and expand Korea's monetary influence globally. So that's kind of an interesting perspective, if you break it down like that, and really anticipating that the country is very unlikely to give up sovereign control over a currency, hence the CBDC, but to have a cooperation, and have access to a private stablecoin and see if there's some sort of seamless integration. It's an interesting kind of take on it.
Well, you wouldn't want to, the whole idea is it's won denomination versus a USD. So that's really the
Right.
kind of key piece of that.
Yep.
Because the BBRL is a Brazilian backed stable coin on the XRP ledger, processed 1 billion alone in quarter 3 of 2025. And it just goes to show you that, non-USD stable coins definitely can scale. And so I think that's kind of like the whole principle. They're so big in XRP. Why not use the XRPL to do a won denominated stable coin? That's Korea's
That'd be Korea
fiat.
doing that. Yeah. That'd be
What
interesting.
was the won when you were there? Like, what was the conversion to USD? Do you remember what it was?
The won, was it? Where it was like it was 1,000, maybe 1,800 to the dollar, 1,700, or maybe it was 1,300, 1,380. I'm trying to remember exactly.
Okay.
Then I'll tell you exactly what it is. Let's see. Right now, if we look at 1 USD to the won is 1,420. So yeah, it was like 1,380 when we were there. So 1,380. So it was a nice like 30, was that like a 38% margin on it. approximately. Yeah. So it's
But
pretty
that's
good.
why, but that's where, it would make a lot of sense to have something. And of course, they're going to talk about regulatory clarity. Korea's new Digital Asset Basic Act is a strong foundation, but Infigure stresses that the need for clear rules on issuance, custody, and transfers. Direct connectivity between the Bank of Korea payment processors and global blockchain networks will absolutely be essential. And then institutional users like exporters and large banks are driving the demand for compliant, efficient payment rails.
Hmm.
And then Jeff, why don't you take the next one here? We're just summing up this article on it in
This
lightning speed here.
It's pretty good. If we look at the outlook, overall for Korea, which this to me is kind of a testament. So Korea is positioned as a global test bed for digital finance innovation. Ripple Labs is actively partnering with Korea Banks, who are now focusing on implementation, not just exploration. So that's a massive turning point. For years, it was all about exploration. You get, the committees, you look into it and you forecast out 10 years. But now if they're focused on how do we implement, towards this new innovation and start rolling this out, that's a net positive. Expect major collaboration announcements soon as Ripple deepens its footprint in Asia. And it's great because even during, all the trying times, we saw that Ripple was continuously building partnerships, building tech, building rails around the world. Just wasn't happening in the US. But this is, kind of proof, net proof positive that things were developing over in Asia and Korea specifically, because there's large adoption of tech over there. Maybe we don't have as much adoption of tech in this country as we think we do.
I don't think so. I think when I heard all about Korea and what Korea is doing and how they put together, it's a pretty small country if you think about it, but man, they're so steeped in the whole thing. Pretty amazing,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah.
Pretty amazing when you think about it. This year, Julian Brady, he's a project manager at Ripple, and he was talking about Weeds of Wind over there. Who, he's obviously the Zaman wallet and a bunch of cool other things that he develops in his team. He said we proposed a PR aligned with Weeds of Wind's proposal to shorten the keys, make other minor changes to be mindful of ledger resources. Here's the link on what it is. Let's settle on MPT metadata standard so we can all get behind it. Weitza was talking about the MPT metadata standard for discussion. Should be getting some attention, but only by those who have something useful to say, which is very few people when you think when it comes right down to it. I mean, they can contribute to the conversation. Obviously, devs and maybe some other larger minds, bigger minds. But this starts getting into some pretty heavy stuff. Introducing compact keys for JSON metadata fields to reduce the size of JSON metadata. They're just trying to eliminate some of the bloat right now with JSON because, it compounds after a while. So this idea of introducing more compact keys for JSON metadata will help reduce the overall metadata object and remove any kind of unnecessary URL schemes like HTTPS, etc. And this PR is meant to address the Weeds of Wind's comment and discussion about reducing the size of jetted metadata. We can achieve a 27% size reduction from roughly 626 bytes, which is already pretty small, but across the board up to 453 bytes for the JSON metadata is a pretty big deal. So that's good. Just some more kind of things that people are thinking about and work is getting done. So, making it even more efficient across the board. So good to hear that. We also have David Schwartz. I think he's getting a lot lighter now that he's kind of like done his, his announcement that he's going to be hanging it up at Ripple at the end of the year. And I have a feeling that he's probably going to be building something. I don't know. I just have this feeling that David's like a thinker and a builder. He's probably had some ideas rolling around his head. I have a feeling he's going to be like tinkering away, coming up with some cool stuff. I mean, I just feel like he's like, and maybe he got a little stagnant, not stagnant in the sense of just, he's kind of a thinker. He's an innovator. He's an inventor. He's got a great mind. I'm just thinking that he would probably feel a little more freedom because when you're running an organization, when you're the chief tech officer, you're overseeing code and you're, commits and, a lot of it's just a lot of day to day and he's a builder. So I have a feeling that he's a guy that's got a hands-on, wants to get back out there and let him loose and see what he can do. But I have to say that David probably has one of the best sense of humors, and self-loathing is also one of the highlights of being with your. Now, somebody said, I don't know who Buffy's is, but I see her pop up a lot. But it said, post a pic of only your fandom would understand. So what does David post? Jeff, check this out, what he posts.
All right.
A pic that only your fandom, only the people who know you, only your fans would understand. He posts, look at the post right there. Check it out. He
Where's the
posts, Jeff, you don't know what that is?
Oh, you're not sharing it.
Oh. Ooh, ba-da-choom.
Oh, there we go.
Here, post a pic of only your fandom. And what does he post?
It's solar panels.
Now, if anyone doesn't know the story about this, now, this is true. If you're a fan, if you've been around long enough, this right here, this is when you have humor and it's self-loathing humor, and you can make fun of yourself. This is the test of a true good sense of humor. So let's get into it. He posted this in December 8th of 23. He says, many of you know, I sold 40,000 ETH at about $1 to put solar panels on a house I no longer own. Okay. That ETH was worth over 100 million shortly after. Well, I just did the math and it's 180 million.
Oh, man.
Today's price, it's $180 million. That was some expensive ass solar panels.
Oh, yeah.
He said, my father, ironically, did almost the same thing after my older siblings moved out. My parents didn't need the enormous house we were living in, but it needed quite a bit of fixing up to sell. So my father sank a lot of money into gutting and redoing the house. But during the months it took to do that, as renovation costs escalated, the real estate market crashed. He took a huge loss in the deal. But guess how he funded the renovation and purchase of the new house? Well, the old one was being renovated. He sold his Apple stock. Oh, no. Stock went up about 5x that same time period.
Oh, man.
Like father, like son, I guess. Here's a picture of my dad from the 50s when he was a geek. I miss him every day. Look at that. David Schwartz's dad. There he is.
Yeah.
Looks like a very clever fellow, I'll tell you. In the 1950s. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, I thought that was some pretty good fun right there. What did you think? That was pretty good, huh?
That's
that
crazy.
Is the definition of a Canadian carbon tax. Wait, what are we talking about here? He's mining ETH to get his money back. Sure. David needs, Jim D says David needs to take care of himself, reduce his BMI before his health degrades. What a loss that would be to the community. Absolutely. Well, let's not start talking about bad things. Let's talk about good things.
Exactly.
Yep, I agree on David Schwartz. He's got a great sense of humor. It's good. More Monkey Business says he's now mining. Yeah, mining ETH. Beautiful. Love it. Love it. I love it, Jeff. It's fantastic. So let's jump to some videos. I wanted to throw this up. Sylvester Stallone, who was, a successful action star, wrote Rocky, took it around the studios, and they said, yeah, we'll make it. We'll find a guy. No, it has to be me. It's like, that talks a little bit like this. I'm going to do the movie and produce it. And I wrote it. So he wrote it, starred in it, and it became a massive hit. Of course, he did movies like Rambo in the, what were those, 80s, I guess. He had a couple different action type hero movies that he did. He was a big action star. Now he stars in some, he's in some other, I don't have the streaming channel, but he's doing something. But this is Sly Stallone talking about the significance of Trump. And I wanted to get everyone's opinion on this after you guys hear this.
You're in the presence of a really mythical character. I love mythology. And this individual does not exist on this planet. Nobody in the world could have pulled off what he pulled off, so I'm in awe. And I'll just say this, and I mean it. When George Washington defended his country, he had no idea that he was going to change the world. Because without him, you can imagine what the world would look like. Guess what? We got the second George Washington. Congratulations!
What do you think about that, Jeff? Second George Washington and Trump.
It's we're at least seeing some sort of history in the making for sure. It's a pleasure to be able to witness all this stuff firsthand. One of the greatest presidents in the history of this country, came at a time when, when he was duly needed, and I don't think there's really anybody else that could have got us through, the tough times that we were facing, all within a relatively short period of time. But it was really all, put into place. It wasn't just, hey, it was 4 years of Biden, but we had 8 years of Obama. We had decades of stagnation in Washington, and the corruptive nature of the accumulation of power, and that was the nature of Washington. It all kind of fed and led up to that pinnacle moment of 2016 when he said he was going to get rid of the swamp, and the swamp fought back, and they've been fighting back tooth and nail since then. But it's interesting, that he brings that up and he talks about it, and you see, Trump hosted the roundtable today about labeling Antifa a terrorist organization. Pam Bondi said they're going to route them out like they are the cartels, from the top down and the bottom up, and they're going after all of them and everybody up. And so they have to do those types of things. Antifa, were put into place as the foot soldiers of the Democrat Party to achieve their left-leaning, ideology. And so it's kind of an interesting dynamic that we see. There's so many players on a global scale, and we're starting to see the impact that Trump is going to have globally. We see Japan already. Japan's finally, turned, and they woke up. I want to say finally, but they woke up a lot faster than what's going on over in Europe. We'll see. That was a really solid statement. They're trying to shut down the new Japanese prime minister already.
Yeah, well, it sounds good on its outside. I mean, but what's going on behind the scenes, forming a government, and it sounds to me like there could be some trouble. There's always going to be people pulling the strings behind, trying to sabotage everything. I don't understand parliamentary governments. They're stupid, number one. Okay, they don't make any sense. They're dumb. Let's form a government. No. Let the people choose who the freaking people are going to run the government. This is why you have total chaos. You have garbage all the time. 249 years, and nobody said, you know what? That United States might be onto something. It sure grew into a superpower. I wonder if we should maybe think about writing a constitution where we, the people, tell the government what it can't do and limit it. Nah, let's go with parliamentary bullshit so we can control everyone's mind and screw them.
Yeah, we'll stick with that.
That seems to be working swimmingly for the people in charge anyway. But the people, this is why I don't know what's going to happen in Great Britain, but I don't know how pissed off you got to get, because to me, it's going to devolve to a civil war, some kind of a revolution, because you can't continue to have the same weird stuff that's going on. I have another story today that's going to be mind blowing. But I wanted to chat a little bit about this Katie Porter, who's running for governor in California. Jeff, here's an interview that all the other Republican candidates, there's not a lot of them. Steve Hilton's probably the most notable one. He's a conservative commentator, good dude, very smart guy, very well spoken. He seems like maybe the runner-up, but let's face it. If you're a Republican in California, your chances of winning are next to nothing. But this is what happens when you're super entitled. When you come from the left, you're not expecting anyone to ask you. You're expecting questions like, what's your favorite flavor of ice cream? What's a fun thing you did 3 weeks ago? What kind of neat thing? All right, this is the questions. But when you have a reporter who comes in with real questions and asks Katie Porter questions that she asked other Republicans, this is what happens.
What do you say to the 40% of California voters who you'll need in order to win, who voted for Trump?
How would I need them in order to win, ma'am?
Well, unless you think you're going to get 60% of the vote. You think you'll get 60%, everybody who...
Listen how entitled she is. Just listen how entitled. Talking down to the reporter, excuse me, ma'am, why do I need them?
Who did not vote for Trump will vote for you. That's what you're saying.
In a general election, yes. If it is me versus a Republican, I think that I will win the people who did not vote for Trump.
What if it's you versus another Democrat?
I don't intend that to be the case.
So how do you not intend that to be the case? Are you going to ask them not to run?
No, I'm saying I'm going to build the support. I have the support already in terms of name recognition. And so I'm going to do the very best I can to make sure that we get through this primary in a really strong position. But let me be clear with you. I represented Orange County. I represented a purple area. I have stood on my own 2 feet and won Republican votes before. That's not
Right, Jeff.
I don't believe it.
I don't buy one. I have one Republican. Yeah, okay. Any proof of that?
No.
I represented Orange County. Okay, great. Well, what about the rest of California? Because that's what the governor does. But she's so freaking entitled here, man.
Oh, yeah.
She's like she's an elite. I have name
Unreal.
recognition.
Not something every candidate in this race can say. If you're from a deep blue area, if you're from LA or you're from Oakland, you don't have an
But
experience.
you just said you don't need those Trump voters.
Well, you asked me if I needed them to win.
So you don't
I
think
feel
you
like
need
this
them
is
to win.
unnecessarily argumentative. What is your question?
The question is the
Unnecessarily
same thing I asked
argumentative.
everybody.
Yeah, she's holding her hands up in a defensive position.
Yeah, she's getting pissed off because she's being pushed on. You said you didn't need him to win. I don't need him to win. Look at this. This interview is unbelievable. Very telling.
That this is being called the empowering voters to stop Trump's power grab. Every other candidate has answered this question. This is not
Correct. And I
argumentative.
said I support it.
So, and the question is, what do you say to the 40% of voters who voted for Trump?
Oh, I'm happy to say that. It's the do you need them to win part that I don't understand. I'm happy to answer the question as you have it written, and I'll answer it.
And we've also asked the other candidates, do you think you need any of those 40% of California voters to win? And you're saying, no, you don't.
No, I'm saying I'm going to try to win every vote I can. And what I'm saying to you is that...
Well, to those voters, okay, so you...
I don't want to keep doing this. I'm going to call it. Okay. Thank you.
What up? I'm going to call it.
You're not going to do the interview with us?
Nope, not like this. I'm not. Not with 7 follow-ups to every single question you ask.
Every other candidate has answered
I don't
our
care.
follow-ups.
I don't care.
She doesn't
What?
care.
She doesn't care.
But Jeff,
she
watch
really thinks she's
something special. Not 7 follow-ups. She's trying to get clarity from you, and you're hemming and hawing. You're getting pissed off. Now, here's what's funny. Listen to what she says next. Oh, yeah, beautiful, man. Well, that's not how you like it.
I want to have a pleasant, positive conversation in which you ask me about every issue on this list.
She wants to have a pleasant, positive conversation. I'm sorry. When you go into an interview, the interviewer asks you, you answer the questions. It's not about a positive experience. Holy crap.
And if every question you're going to make up a follow-up question, then we're never going to get there.
Ms.
And
Porter,
we're just going to circle around.
I am an investigative
I have never had to do
reporter.
this before, ever.
You've never had to have a
end an
conversation
interview.
with
To end
a
an
reporter?
interview.
Okay, but every other candidate has done this.
What part of I'm me? I'm running for governor because I'm a leader. So I am going to make.
Oh
So
my
you're not going
God.
to answer questions from reporters? Okay, why don't we go through? I will continue to
make.
So you're not going to answer questions from reporters? Okay, why don't we go through? I will continue to ask follow-up questions because that's my job as a journalist, but I will go through and ask these, and if you don't want to answer, you don't want to answer. So
Oh my God, she
nearly
kept her
every
going.
legislative
I don't want to have an unhappy experience with you, and I don't want this.
Oh my God.
I don't want to have an unhappy experience with you either. I would love to continue to ask these questions so that we can show our viewers what every candidate feels about every one of these issues that they care about.
She's showing her what up.
And redistricting is a massive
She is,
issue.
oh
We're
my
going to do an
God.
entire story just on the responses to that question.
Oh my God.
You know what's great about this? I don't know who this reporter is, but I'm a massive fan because she didn't just give up. She's like, okay, but she kept, look at how long she kept her there for. I mean, she does get up and leave, but she's like trying to tell her, look, I'm an investigative reporter. I already asked these to all the Republicans. I'm asking you. I'm not going to answer if you don't answer 7 follow-up because you didn't give a straight answer. If you gave a straight answer, she would just move on to the next question.
And I've asked everybody the same follow-up questions.
That guy's like, what the hell? He probably works with her, and she's like, oh, dude, that was a bad move.
That was.
I don't know who that is, but he's like, dude, this. And you know, it's so funny. So I saw that. I was just like, listen, you want to be governor of California? You can't answer simple questions? Like these, you want to run the whole entire state because you're a leader. You told us you were a leader. Well, then lead and explain. I mean, Gavin Newsom,
CBS
for all
News
his faults,
reporter?
for all his faults, dude, he'll stand up and answer questions. He'll give a lot of BS answers, but he doesn't sit there and go, I don't like the follow-ups, and I don't like 7 follow-ups, and I want a pleasant experience.
Questions.
Can you imagine him as governor saying that? No, he'll make up all kinds of, jibber jabber about it, but She goes, I want a pleasant experience. Well, yeah, everyone does, but that's called life. It's not pleasant at times. Sometimes it really sucks, Jeff. But she wants a very pleasant. She goes, I want a pleasant experience with you. So that wasn't all, Jeff. Now it's kind of weird because I was just kind of right before we came on. I scrolled and I saw this come up on my feed. Listen to this. Here she is, and listen to what she says.
Everybody's attacked her.
Yeah, over her shoulder, you'll see somebody walking around. She gets really mad that they're in this shot. Listen.
And I never have to go to the gas station.
That's awesome. And $632 is real money. And I know here at UCI, we have a National Fuel Center Research Center, and they're also doing work on how to make electric vehicles affordable, including for low and moderate income people, working moms, single moms like me, people who really could benefit from an extra $632 in their.
She said single moms like me. Were you shocked about that, Jeff? Just curious. I'm just saying. You were like, "Oh my God, I can't believe she's saying,"
pocket. And it's also not just the individual savings, but it's also the total savings for our economy. So I'm on the oversight committee, you might know, and that is where we did a study recently.
Talking down again. You might know. Wink, wink. That I'm on this committee because I'm a leader.
This fall in September, and what it showed is if we don't electrify our transportation sector, that we're going to lose more than 500,000 Californians dying prematurely.
Where's she from? Where's this accent
and other
from?
Problems, and the state could lose.
Not a California accent.
Get out of my fucking shot.
I wanted to tell you that that's actually incorrect. It's not that it's electric vehicles. It's that if we don't meet the commitments under the Paris Climate Accord.
Okay, it does. Okay, you also were in my shot before that.
Oh my God.
Get out of my fucking shot. Pollution and other problems, and the state could lose. Get out of my fucking shot.
I wanted to tell you
what?
That's actually
This is great because they bleeped out something else she said. She dropped the F word, but they didn't bleep the part where she said, "Get out of my effing shot."
But this is her shot in her kitchen
Well,
with
some
all
of the
this
people
stuff on
listening,
the
like, it's
table.
right. It's a very. I don't know if it's an office kitchen. I don't know what it is, but anyway,
Whatever kind of, it's a horrible kitchen.
It's not a good plate. Like, you would be better off to have just a white wall behind you. So she's not very good at thinking. Number one.
No.
And why would you have the shot with your computer when you can simply move it a little bit so no one's going to be in your effing shot, you little witch. Exactly. I mean, and then I love this girl behind her. She's like, "Look, I was trying to tell you about the electrical vehicle." Like, she doesn't take shit because this is how she is all the time. This person isn't, "Oh, I'm sorry." Like, this is how she is 24/7. So it's like, no, she doesn't even respond, but while she tries to tell her something.
Get out of my fucking shot.
I wanted to tell you that that's actually incorrect. It's not that it's electric vehicles. It's that if we don't meet the commitments under the Paris Climate Accord.
Okay, it does. Okay, you also were in my shot before that. Stay out of my shot. Okay,
What?
I'm going to start again with.
Why did she record this?
Vehicle saving us money.
Who's recording this? I don't understand. Like, who puts something like this out?
I don't know who got it. It's probably that girl she yelled at. She probably recorded it to her computer and she probably like went in there and uploaded it to the internet. Who knows, Jeff?
Oh, sure.
It's impossible to even figure out this shit at some point. But I was like, what an entitled snob. And, we talked about her because, remember, I'm trying to think. She was, she's a state representative or something like that. Don't you remember Katie Porter? We remember having the conversation about her, anti-crypto, protege of Elizabeth Warren. What's up, Mel G? Mel G's in the house.
Oh, I haven't seen Mel G for a long time.
Mel G's in the house. So we met Mel. Remember, we were done where was that? Miami, many, many moons ago.
Miami, yes.
Miami is my moon over Miami. So I just thought this woman's insane. She has pharmaceuticals everywhere. There's like stuff strong. Like, do people think, like, if you're looking in your shot, would you think that that's my shot? Or would you say, geez, that's kind of weird. There's a lot of stuff going on in the background. Why don't I just move my computer a little bit? It's probably a laptop, unless it's nailed down to the, I mean, what is she acting like? It's like one of these old, computers where you have to move the big hard, the component thing, whatever, hard drive, whatever,
she has over
box. I don't know what she's thinking.
Hey, we're past the bottom of the hour.
Let's do it.
How many Yetis do we have, by the way?
We only have 3.
Probably not many.
Type in Yeti, guys. Type in Yeti.
We have a super low turnout tonight. on Yetis. We got 3 Yetis. So, but let's play the song. I think this one's pretty good, and you guys are going to enjoy it. So
3,
here,
Jeff. 3.
3. Wow, 3.
That's
And
not good.
and this is, let me show the guy just so you can see him real quick. We are giving away a Pathfinder, and the Pathfinder is coming from the Blue Tribe. So this guy right here, look how cool that guy is. Number 110. Real cool guy. And here's his name. Svartolfer. Svartolfer.
Don't worry, the song knows how to pronounce his name properly.
Pronounce it, right?
We never do.
It's not always that easy to pronounce these names, but there he is right there. That guy was badass. So here we go. Get ready.
Exactly.
Exactly. There you go. Here we go.
When a badass yeti from the blue tribe, the pathfinders rise, your key, the Zaman wallet, your fate on the chain. Svartolfer, shadow scout of ice and storm, eyes like stars, feet like thunder. He runs the ridges where few dare tread, guided by whispers of ancient dread. Through frozen fog, his signal flares, carving trails where none would dare. He finds the way when hope is lost, pathfinder born, no matter the cost. Run with Svartolfer, find the path. Blue tribe rises, leave no yeti behind. Quick as frostbite, sharp as flame, he marks the trail. Remember his name. The mountain shifts, the winds collide. Follow the light, the blue tribe guide. Badass yetis, born for battle, made for legend. Claim yours or be forgotten. Badass yetis, badass yetis is on the chain, is on the chain.
Damn.
Damn.
Oh,
That one's kick ass, right?
No.
You like that?
No. I like it's a woman's voice too. I like that guy's voice in there.
Yeah.
She wails, man. She was like
Oh, man.
wailing. Holy
Good.
cow.
Oh, yeah. I like that one.
We've got 7. You got a 1 in 7 chance, guys. Type in Yeti. What the
Hell
heck
yeah.
is this shite? Shite.
It's what?
It's a badass
I'm in
song
it-
right there.
I'm
I
in
think
it, that
everyone's watching
badass-
baseball.
Badass song moment.
Chad loves the
What
vibe of
happens?
that tune. He loves the
It
vibe.
was a good vibe.
That's not shite, man. That's freaking
No, it's-
masterful.
And there's the guy we're giving away.
Giving that away.
Badass Yeti number 110 NFT. There you go. And that was his song. Came with his own song. There you go. All right. What's next on the
Well,
agenda?
Chris Como, you remember him? He used to be on CNN. He got fired, but he's on some other network that nobody watches. But somebody always pulls clips, so someone pulled this clip. But this is Eric Trump, and Eric Trump's not having any of this. Eric knows the setup question, and he's not having any of it. Listen to this.
I think that it is fair to say it looks like the administration is going after its political opponents now and doing exactly what you say you oppose.
That's what, Comey? Because I mean, it seemed very clear to me in the congressional testimony. I don't know, just watching it, I certainly seemed like he lied to me. I mean, I'm also wondering what an FBI director is doing, taking memos from the FBI and leaking them to the New York Times. I mean, Chris, I'm a guy that hopes that the FBI director would be keeping planes from flying into buildings, keeping our country safe, keeping the Western way of life safe. Instead, this guy is, communicating every single day with the New York Times. I mean, I'd hope a lot better, but I find it so ironic that you're literally one that's pushing back on the weaponization of government when the very same people that were coming after us, went after your brother, like hounds. I mean, they did everything they could to destroy his governorship. They did everything they could to destroy his life. They did everything they could to destroy you. I sat in that same seat. The only difference is my last name wasn't Cuomo. My last name was Trump. They were trying to destroy my father. And by doing that, they were trying to destroy me, and they were trying to destroy the Trump organization. They were trying to take all our assets and strip our name off of every building in New York City. you've been on the receiving end of the very same people that I've been on the receiving end of. And so to play coy with me as if this isn't happening in the United States of America just seems ironic and foolish given what you've been through more so than anybody.
Hold on a second. What did you just say that you think I'm doing? I'm asking you questions about whether or not if something is wrong, it is also wrong to do the same thing when you get back in power, which certainly happened the first time the administration came in. You went.
Well, the difference was they tried to get Trump on 4 things, and all 4 of them failed. These things, well, there's receipts, Jeff. Comey lied. They play what he said. They've got the papers. They've got the internal memos. They've got the emails. It's like, you said this, you lied, and here it is. And that's just the beginning of it. Plus, he was part of the whole big cover-up. But this is just on its face. You said this in Congress, and we found the receipts, and you said something else. So it means you lied. It's pretty open and closed. But now they're saying because it's happening in Virginia, and it's a Biden-appointed judge. I'm like, okay, well, you can try to sway it any way you want, but if you play the testimony, it says X, and it's proven that it's a lie, it's pretty simple. So he's like, playing coy with me, I'm just asking you questions. Well, dude, they're not the same questions. It was proven that when Trump was president, they went after him, the false dossier. I mean, there's so much stuff. The Alpha Bank, all the garbage, the Biden, the laptop, Hunter Biden laptop. And he's like, they're doing the same thing. No, not the same thing. Trump came out clean after every one of those, Jeff.
Right after Biden, and I don't mean you weren't part of the administration. I'll get to you in a second in terms of what's going on right now. But if you think I'm playing coy, you don't know me as well as you should.
Chris,
I'm not playing coy. I know what happened to me,
Chris,
Eric.
I'm
saying that
and it was
what is
horrible
happening now looks like what was done to you. That's why I'm asking the question.
Did we raid Biden's home? Did we try and bankrupt Biden? Did they come after us? Did we weaponize every AG and DA? Against Biden? Do we do that against Hunter Biden, who had a laptop from hell, pictures of cocaine, illicit drug use, prostitution? Did we do that? Did we make up a dirty dossier about Biden? Did they try and destroy Biden's marriage? Was any of that true? I mean, did we make up stories that Biden had secret servers in the basement of his home communicating with the Kremlin in Russia? Did we strip Biden off the ballot of multiple states? Did we take Biden off of Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and try and silence his voice so he couldn't communicate? Did we put Biden in a courtroom every single day? 91 felony counts that have all been overturned for my father now, right? For nonsense, to try and keep him off of a campaign trail and to try and destroy his life.
By the way, if you're looking at Chris Cuomo's face and if you're listening to a podcast, that's the face you make when you know you've been had. That's it right there. When you just know you just got verbally punched in the face multiple times.
Did we do any of that?
No, you didn't do any of it. Don't be playing coy with me. This is the best comment I've seen in a while. We just doubled the number of people that have seen that now because we played it here. That's a good one, Chad. Beautiful. Little Fredonius is such a fake guy. Yeah, for sure, man. Fredo. Fredo. That's what you meant to say, Fredo. And all these convictions have been overturned. Yep, nailed it. 100%. Oh, we got 8 now. We have 8 Yetis. 100% is animal. There you go. So I was just like, yeah, okay. You just have to love the...
Frankly, it's just keep the government shut down. It's a good start.
I think listen, right now you're just getting to day 61 because at 61 he can let go 750 million, 50,000. I wish it was a million. Basically balance the budget. Jeff, so people are always like I would never. So we've got something you guys have to watch. And it's going to require a comment from you guys. Yep. Okay, so let's watch. This is how you get manipulated. People are like, I never get manipulated. This is how this is how it works.
Tricks look like. Let me show you. Now, despite what you might be thinking, these two circles are not equal. I repeat, these two circles are not equal. One is in fact larger than the other. What I need you to do is determine which one that is. So, please raise your hand if you believe the blue circle is larger than the red.
Okay, guys, so if you think if you're looking at this right now, if you think the blue one is larger than the red circle on screen, type in blue.
Type blue.
Now, if we don't see any typing, we'll understand that maybe you think the red one is bigger, okay? So let's see what's going on here. The blue dot is actually bigger in perspective.
In this perspective.
Okay, but is the blue dot bigger though?
Is it bigger?
Is it bigger? Okay, or is the red one bigger? Let's see.
Right.
Which one is it? So Eyes1 says blue, Jim D says blue.
A lot of blues.
Visual Vendetta chimes in as blue. It says blue.
It says blue.
Yeah, well,
same.
Okay, so that's all the blue. Okay, so we might let's see who thinks red here. Okay, the video frame clipped the blue. No, it clipped the blue, but you can see. Well, I'm not gonna get into it, but I'll tell you after anyway. Let's listen to the rest of it.
All right. Please raise your hand if you believe the red circle is larger than the blue.
Okay, let's see who thinks the red one is larger than the blue one. Let's see. Even little Fredo says blue. Okay. All right. So nobody thinks the red one is bigger. Everyone is, all the money's on the blue. Is that it? Is that it?
Chad says they're the same. Zed says red.
Okay, Zed says red because it rhymes with Zed.
That's right.
Zed could not pick blue.
Nope.
So we have only one chiming in as red. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Kelly says
the
same
too.
And it's red. Or there's the same size. Okay.
All right. Let's see which one. Let's see what it comes down to.
All right, very good. Now, before I said anything about these two circles, what was your first instinct? Equal, right? Because they look equal. And the reason why they look equal is because, in fact, they are equal. These two circles are identical. Yet I got just about every one of you to raise your hand and say that they're not. So what did we learn? That you can be manipulated like that to believe in something that goes against your natural instincts. Just imagine as a child you're taught that the blue circle is larger than the red. If you say it enough times, you convince yourself that's the truth. If you're told the lie enough times, it becomes part of your reality. And if enough people are taught that lie, that the blue circle is larger than the red, well, now it becomes part of the culture. And if that culture then passes that misinformation along to the next generation, well, now it becomes tradition.
Tradition. But it does, the blue, it's darker, bolder than the red, so it gives the appearance of it being larger.
I was watching that going, dude, they're the same size. Why do you think one's bigger than the other? I kept, the whole time I'm watching them, like, they're exact same size. You can see even at the perspective that if you draw the lines, you can see they're the same. I'm like, and I go, if one's bigger, it's a microscopic bigger, but they're the same, right? So it was good that Kelly said they're the same.
Prove it. Exactly.
Prove it, says Animal. I don't believe him. I said red. Zed, it says red. He said red, right? Chad said they're the same. After he claimed the blue one was bigger, but there you go. Right. Even Fredo said it was there. So you see how that works? So that's how it works. Right. You state the lie enough, Jeff, and after enough times of spaciously stating how the lie works, Jon Stewart's, he makes me laugh sometimes, but sometimes he's even funnier when he goes out to the Dems. But here's him on Schumer. Check this out.
Are adamant that we must protect the health care of the American people.
Good points. Not crazy about this.
He was moving both of his hands up and down. He's like, I'm not crazy about that.
Solid framing, delivered with
crazy about this.
Clarity. I was only feeling flat power.
Really could have done without the whole Americans demand. It's just not. But if you would stop there, that would be great. But you're going to keep talking, aren't you? Aren't you?
New data came out today from KFF, and that is not Kentucky Fried French fries. KFF could be Kentucky French fries.
No, it couldn't.
I know. Orange.
Well, that went over like a fart in church, Jeff. Jesus, listen to. I know.
But he only looks back at her. He's got her head down. It's embarrassing. It's so bizarre.
Who is that joke even for?
Exactly.
6-year-olds that watch C-SPAN? What the f are you doing? Chuck Schumer is a human flat tire.
Human flat tire. What?
He's a human. He's a human flat tire.
A human flat tire.
I could have done without all of this. That was the best. God, it's I was
crazy
laughing so hard, man. It was some good stuff. You know, they had this roundtable on Antifa, and this woman spoke, and she tells a really interesting story, Jeff, because she at one time did suffer from TDS. Listen to this.
I was told by probably a dozen people not to tell you this. I'm going to tell it to you anyway, because it's relevant to what we're talking about. I'm living proof that you can recover from TDS. I had strong Trump derangement syndrome for probably 8 years. This is one of the reasons I recovered from it. And by the way, it's much better to not have TDS. I'm happier, I'm healthier, more successful. I even think I got a little more attractive after I got rid of my Trump derangement syndrome. Yes. You know, I'm a reporter in Seattle, and frankly, I could not care any less what any of you have to say about this meeting. Could not care any less. We're not here for you.
She's looking over at the press, and she doesn't care less what you think about this meeting. She addresses them right to their faces. This is fantastic. You're a reporter in Seattle, and you've recovered from Trump derangement syndrome. You got a giant target on your back, on your car, on your house, on your friends, your neighborhood. Everything are coming after you.
I'm not here to convince any of you that Antifa is a real thing, because if you have not come to that conclusion by now, you are never going to come to that conclusion because you don't want to see it. And you're going to go and you're going to say it's a bunch of right-wing conservative influencers who are here spinning a tale. I was one of you. I was a mainstream reporter in Seattle for 10 years. I was a TV reporter on the streets doing my job, and I was still assaulted by Antifa. So it's not about being conservative. It's about people who go there and show what they're doing. And when I saw, after all those years, that the media wouldn't be honest about what was happening, that Democratic politicians wouldn't be honest about what was happening, I thought, well, gosh, if they're not being honest about that, maybe they're not being honest about President Trump either. And it opened my mind to just looking at things for what they were. And now I find you quite funny, actually. Now it's like I said, I'm much happier about it. But, you know, for me, again, I could not care any less the stories that they go to print. This is what I care about. We have 3.5 years. Nothing is guaranteed, although I think if Democrats keep it up, we'll probably have Republican presidents for the next 3 decades. But nothing is guaranteed, and so what I want to see over the next 3.5 years is a full court press to dismantle Antifa once and for all in a meaningful way.
Not that, Jeff. Jeez.
Tough. I like her.
I like her too. I was like the way she positioned that was really fantastic, man. I mean, really
spot on.
You know, Pelosi was on. You know, Nancy Pelosi, always accusing her of drinking all the time. She was on CNN, but watch this, Jeff. I was kind of shocked by this whole thing. Look at this.
Let's not stipulate to that. It's not a fancy
What do they have in it?
Going into that. The point is,
they are voting yes on what we say here in Washington, a clean CR, a bill to keep the government running for 7 weeks, and Democrats are voting no.
I watched this clip and I was so unexpected. She puts a sombrero on, starts drinking, I don't know, a scotch or bourbon or whatever the hell that is.
Dips right over the table.
Look at that. It looks so convincing.
It was real.
Watch this.
On what we say here in Washington, a clean CR, a bill to keep the government running for 7 weeks, and Democrats are voting no.
Yeah. God, you gotta love it. You got to love that.
That is funny.
How fantastic is that?
That's one of the best.
So, kind of like segue a little bit here, but this is something that went on American soil, and it's got to be, we got to stop this shit, dude. We got to stop this.
American soil, terrorists took the stage and trashed the country hosting them.
The thing to do is to destroy the idea of America in Americans' heads.
It's called the People's Conference for Palestine, which thousands of people attended. And what they were cheering for should terrify you. This isn't a peace conference. It's a gathering of radical activists, terrorist-linked organizations, and people glorifying violence under the banner of liberation. They invited actual terrorists, like Hussein Shahim, a convicted terrorist who built a cell in Jerusalem and was sentenced to 27 years for attempted murder. He was recently released in a hostage deal and was still invited to come speak. Here's what's actually being said at this conference.
We all know who they are, whether they are in Israel, in Washington, in Europe. They need to be taken out. They need to be neutralized. Now it's time to escalate.
They preach martyrdom.
Salute to our martyrs, those who are killed but never die.
They incite hatred towards America.
We live in an evil country. That's just what's happened.
They push rhetoric going against the West, socially, ideologically, and politically, to cheer for sentences like this.
Liberation, never peace. That's the white man's word, peace. Liberation is our word.
Does that sound like they want peace? They're romanticizing war, and they're turning this into a cult-like experience where people are continuing to be radicalized. And then we see applause erupting when somebody says something like this.
I can tell you, I'm more Palestinian than I am American.
This isn't activism. This is a whole event made to radicalize a group of people under the guise of liberation for the oppressed.
Every sector of society must become a front for confronting Zionism.
And it's funded by organizations directly tied to terrorism. The Freedom Flotilla Coalition was literally led by a Hamas operative. The AMP is under investigation for terror ties, and Code Pink has a long record of working with terrorists and oppressive regimes like Iran. We're living in a world where right and wrong are being blurred on purpose.
We need to retake the universities. We need to neutralize and silence these corporate media.
Where saying peace gets booed, but calling for jihad gets applause. Where blatant hate is being branded as activism and nobody calls it out.
Find that anger within your heart.
Where the people in this conference are using the right of free speech given to them by America to incite violence in America.
We wanted to globalize the Intifada.
This is not liberation. This is dangerous and it needs to be stopped.
Getting out of control, man.
It's way this has been going on for a while now. I think we're starting to see it ramp up at a pace and scale like we've never seen it before. It's totally out of control because there's way too many people in the West that have bought into it hook, line, and sinker, at least to allow them into the country and allow them to, to be here. And, something has to be done. One thing she said is that they're here, using our freedom of speech. Freedom of speech goes so far when you begin to incite riot and incite violence. That's where your freedom of speech ends. It ends at that moment because now you're inciting violence and an uprising. And so when you see what they call for, the moment they call for intifada, and we've talked about this a lot, terminology and the use of terminology and the war on terminology. And the guy said it. He said, our word is liberation, and so what they do is they have kind of manipulated our normal speak. So they also have convinced people that intifada is somehow it's based on your interpretation. No, it's a violent uprising. And, every aspect of this is putting our civil society in danger, completely in danger. And it's insane to me. What did that one say? Right. They've never been there. They want to protest for a terrorist organization. This is how stupid these people are, these kids. And the crazy thing is, though, if you confront them, say, look, here's a one-way ticket. Why don't you go over there? Why didn't Greta go into Gaza? Why aren't they there? They were on these flotillas. They're on sailboats and, mini yachts. And somehow that's a struggle. They just sailed across the Mediterranean. And then all of a sudden they're in this, bad predicament. And then they get on media. They said they were kidnapped by the Israeli government. Meanwhile, they're in jail. And it's crazy. They're released like 2 or 3 days later. Honestly, they shouldn't have released any of them. There was no reason they should have kept them in jail. Look, you just breached our border illegally. You're not leaving. That's it. You came here
Jeff,
under a guise who are putting you in jail.
They said they had aid on the boat. They didn't have aid.
Right. There was no aid. So you just illegally infiltrated our territory. We're putting you in jail. I don't care what the media circus is at this point. They had no reason to let them go other than the media circus.
Mel G says, I read somewhere that they said that patience is our biggest asset. Holy cannolis. Jim D says we got to be careful not to invite fascism by over-aggressive counteractions.
Over-aggressive counteractions.
Well, I don't know if they are. I mean, it's like if you listen, I gotta tend to believe somebody if they say they want to kill Americans, kill Jews. Sure, everyone's like, cool. It's just like the whole, they came for me, and then like I didn't have anybody to stand up for me. That old poem. But this is it. Everyone's like, oh, it's the Jews, and then it's the Christians. Well, then it's this. Look, it's world. You either submit, you get down on the knee, you either bend the knee, and you say you're going to convert, or you lose your head. That's it. There's no other way. It's pretty clear. If they're saying this, they want to kill people. All right, let's watch this clip right here. This happened in New York City right here. Look at this.
Not act enough. If we acted enough, the headline behind me would read, Gaza has been liberated. So our work is not done. We must show up. Stronger than we did the first October 7th. Louder than we did the first October 7th. Make it clear that we are not going anywhere. We will keep fighting until Palestine is free. From the river to the sea. Within our lifetime.
So look at his shirt. First of all, that's Israel. The entire border state of Israel on his shirt. He claims again from the river to the sea. And these people are just so mindless. They're in New York. At some point, we need to put a wall around New York and just put all of them in New York. And, most of these people don't belong in this country. They're holding up these terrorist flags. They just don't belong in this country. They don't belong in Western civilization. There's zero aspect of what they represent that has anything to do with Western civilization. And, the calls that they have, they're not wanted in any country. That's the whole point. Any country they end up in becomes a disaster. Lebanon, Syria, Jordan, Egypt. They've been banned and blocked from every country because they have no history. They're not a people. And this is the whole point. They go back historically. Their history begins with Yasser Arafat. That's it. How is it they have one historical figure? And that's it. And it's because they have a group of people, nomadic people that have all come together, from all these different regions. But yet now they've been brainwashed and manipulated over time. And look at what they're calling for. They're calling for the destruction of Israel. Israel's on the front line fighting terrorism from all perspectives. And then you have people in the West that are attacking them. Because when Israel falls, the rest of the West is going with it. We're seeing what's happening in Europe. Europe's not fighting back yet. Where they're getting angry. You're starting to see some of the police get angry. Right. They're everywhere. And they're here. The Biden administration let tens of thousands of them in here. How many are here? What is the percentage? Remember the other night we were talking about maybe 10% of the entire Islamic population is an extremist that adheres to wanting, this type of take 10%. What is that? 100 million people? Hundreds of millions, right? 100 million, 150, 200 million.
It's higher than that. It's like 30,
that's it,
40,
right? That's if
50%.
It's 10 or 20%. But let's go with a low number. That's 100 million people. That's a massive number of people. That's a massive number.
The Islamic calling for acts of terrorism in America has been reportedly identified as Harvard graduate student Abdullah Akal. Let's make him famous. There he is.
Right,
Bill Ackman said the Harvard admissions office needs to improve its criteria for admission and what's being taught at the university. Well, gee, Bill, I hope you can get angrier than that because that's a little bit light on the the Harvard admissions office needs to approve its criteria for admission and what's being taught. Come on, really, Bill? I mean, get mad at least. I mean, I know he stopped supporting Harvard, but this is ridiculous.
Right.
And then this one here, look at this. Coach Tommy Tuberville said, "It's not politically correct to say, but radical Islamic extremists want every single American dead. I'll be speaking in the Senate floor today about what I believe is one of the biggest national security threats we are facing, radical Islamic extremism." There you have it.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's insane. Oh, this is the best one. Look at Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller said, "I liked New York City better before we gave green cards to the Intifada." Intifada. Stephen Miller is fantastic. Holy cow. Yeah, so did I, Stephen. I'm totally with you there, but it's just incredible, Jeff. The whole thing to me is like they're not even masking it anymore. This is like he's basically saying we're going to go back on the next October 7th and kill more Jews and people like the river to the sea. Yeah, exterminating Israel, but more so exterminating every Jew. But that's the poster of it they're going after, but it's everybody. It doesn't matter. You're either gonna roll over and you're gonna get in the program, or you're gonna be eliminated. That's how it works. There's no in between. No in between, Jeff. But you want to see now? This is Jeff. You were talking about the people. You were talking about the people in the chat. Talking about people. Look at this guy. Try to keep a straight face because this dude is completely out of his mind. Okay. The fact that this guy interviewed him, that got this out of this guy, is remarkable. Listen to this.
Can I interview you? Sure. Oh, awesome. So is this the trans flag?
This is the Palestinian flag mixed with the trans flag.
Okay.
Okay. There's your first sign of mental illness. Okay. The trans flag.
God.
This is your first red flag. Okay. There's many of them. Your first red flag, like, is that the trans? No, that's the trans flag mixed with the Palestinian flag. Okay. Oxymoron. Two clashing things, right? But that's not it. There's more, Jeff. But wait, there's more. Hang on.
What do you say to those who say that trans people would be killed in Palestine?
I mean, I don't know about that, but I know that I'm standing here today at least 50.
Okay. You have to be hiding out in a cave in like North Carolina somewhere. Like, how do you not know about this? Like, this is so everywhere. It's like you can casually come across it. But if you would just take 3 seconds to Google it, Jeff, you might discover that, yeah, he doesn't know about that. Well, that's weird because everybody in the chat knows about it. Everybody that's here tonight knows about it. He doesn't know about it. Flag number 2. See if you can guess the next red flag, Jeff. Tell me when you see the next flag, and we'll stop it, and you can talk about it.
50% of the Gazan government needs to be trans women.
Any thoughts on that, Jeff? 50%.
I don't even know.
Gazan...
He's interviewing some crazy person on the street.
They're all crazy. That's the point. The whole thing is they're all
crazy.
I know.
Oh yeah, they're all every one of them.
Muhammad herself was in fact a trans lesbian.
Yeah, you didn't know this, Jeff. He might get killed. He might get exterminated right on the streets of New York. I'm sorry, corrected himself. Wrong pronoun.
Right.
Muhammad herself. Muhammad herself is a trans lesbian. I didn't know that. Did you know that, Jeff?
No.
How far do you think this guy's going to get? Good luck.
Muhammad was a woman?
Yeah, Islam is a trans it's a trans religion.
Okay. Everything that comes out of his mouth is so crazy.
My God.
Islam is a trans religion. I didn't know that.
Muhammad herself was a proud trans lesbian.
In Iran, the morality police and also in Gaza, they kill trans people. Like, do you think that that's not true? Or
I mean, I think they're secretly Jews if they do that.
We can't even get through this interview. They're secretly
Jews. Is this guy legit? I don't know anymore.
Look, I've seen a bunch of this stuff guy. He goes out in the street and just interviews people. This is unbelievable. So Jews are known. He's somehow aware or knows about Jews that killed trans people and gay people, but he's not aware that Muslims do it. Okay.
Because no Muslim would actually do that. Like, Islam is a
This guy's like, okay, he's trying to keep us straight. Okay, here we go. Islam's a gay religion, Jeff.
gay religion. It is
they asked Muslims in Gaza. They asked
Islam is a gay religion. It is
They asked Muslims in Gaza what you would do with trans people. They say we don't have that here. We kill those people.
I mean, I don't know, but that's why we need to protest harder, that we need at least 50% of the Palestinian government to be trans women.
How do we make...
My next question is, what Palestinian government?
How
do we make that happen?
I mean...
If you had one lesbian trans that you would have that was the Palestinian government, that would be the only Palestinian government.
We have to protest. We have to put pressure on the Jews
It
who
gets
control
worse.
the world to make this happen.
We got to put... This is so wrong. On so he's obviously mentally ill, Jeff,
Oh
but they
my
all
God.
are. That's
Yeah.
the problem.
Like,
They're all mentally
They own everything. We have to make this.
Are you Jewish?
No, I'm Italian and Muslim.
Yeah. So Jews own everything.
Mentally ill.
Yeah. How do you think? How do you think that happened? How did Jews start owning everything?
I don't know. They use their dark magic, I guess. Like,
You know that game, Dark Magic?
My God.
You know, it's all about the Jews and how they use their dark magic.
Yeah, I'm Jewish, and I would like to have some magic, but I don't feel like I have any magic. How do you think I can access this dark magic?
I don't know if you're maybe using your magic on me right now.
No, if I am, it's the first time ever hearing about magic.
Because we used to have like the thing where you would tie a stone to the leg of a witch and dunk her in the water, and if she floated, she was a witch.
Should we do that with Jews?
Yes.
Okay. Should we do that with Jews across the whole world?
Everywhere. And there's the other one where you like put the Bible on one scale and the Jew on the other, and if they're lighter than the Bible, they're a witch.
Okay. Should we just kill all the Jews, though?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to throw...
You shouldn't talk to the Zionists.
Here they are?
Yeah, they
Am
are.
I?
Don't talk to them.
I'm a Zionist?
They be posting on Instagram weird shit. Don't talk to them.
Well, we're on YouTube too.
Can I look up what you do on YouTube? Like,
Well,
what
we're
is...
just having a conversation
No.
I mean,
now.
not now. I'll do it later.
Can I look it
we
up?
should kill all Jews.
No,
How
you
should we kill all
can't.
the Jews?
You have to incriminate yourself.
We should throw the Jew down the well, so
Oh
that
my
my country
God.
at least can be free.
And which is your country?
Well, America.
America's your country.
But also,
America's not free.
But
unless you
also
throw the
what?
Jews-
What's he gonna
Jews
say?
stuff. This is like it. I mean, it's sad we're laughing at this mental illness, but it's
also
sad.
Palestine. I mean,
And the funny thing is, someone comes up,
God.
obviously an American woman, leftist, liberal, nut job. Don't talk to them. They put this on YouTube and Instagram, and make you look like the idiot that you are. Okay.
I stand with Palestine.
Okay.
I'm not from there. I've never been there.
Are you trans?
Yes.
Okay. So do you believe that you could stand in Palestine safely as a trans person?
If we succeed, I would be one of the first trans members of the new
The last.
Palestinian parliament.
Okay.
You'd be the last one.
Would you like to have like a GoFundMe organized to become the first trans member of parliament in Gaza?
GoFundMe, Patreon, Indiegogo, I guess.
Where can people find you? What's your name?
They can find me. Oh, what is my new Instagram? I made a new one because.
No, your name. Just your name.
I know you. I know you. How you doing, sir?
I'm good.
Be careful. This guy's pro-Israel. He acts like he's pro-Palestine. He isn't. I'll answer any question.
Okay.
Are you ready? I'm willing to talk to you.
It's always the
Oh my
eyes, Jeff.
God.
This guy. It's always the eye.
That guy's crazy too.
The crazy eye.
After I'm done with him.
I was waiting for you, man. I was tracking you down. Thank God you're here.
Plug my YouTube channel.
Thank God you're here.
Sure. Yeah, please show your YouTube channel to the camera.
Yes. Give me
I'll go listen.
Mike.
Dunking all the Jews in the world in a well.
He's a Jew.
Oh my
Thanks,
God.
Mike. We didn't know you're Jewish.
Seems inefficient. Is there a faster way to kill all the Jews?
I mean,
Hitler was pretty good at it, right?
yeah, he was.
Okay, so we should do it similarly to the way Hitler did it.
I mean, he wasn't quite fast enough, but because like they were able to end the war before he was finished.
No way this
but,
is real.
So he should have built more concentration camps.
I think
I've seen this guy's stuff. It's real. He goes in the
that,
streets.
No, the
and,
guy on the
now
right.
that we
I mean,
have
I
like
know the guy on the left.
Oh, he's mental.
all
yeah.
these like fast food.
By the way, did you see somebody just walk by with like a, I don't know, some kind of a, is that the lady with the blue hair or something? What is that? A costume?
Yeah.
All these
God.
like fast
What
food
in the
chains with their
world?
own ovens, like Pizza Hut, McDonald's. We could repurpose fast food chain ovens to be the new ovens to do this, and it would go so much faster.
What do you do for work?
I'm a graphic designer, and I protest on behalf.
And who do you work for?
I work for Muhammad, who was a trans lesbian.
Perfect. Thank you. Meet Mike Kasich. He's a radical trans ideologist that just happens to believe that we should kill all the Jews. Every photo of him is of him naked, and he's got an OnlyFans, and he even just showed us his YouTube channel. So, FBI, I think this is worth your time.
Oh my God. That's too much.
He goes, I'm Jewish. I don't feel like I have that. I don't think you're using your magic correctly. He's telling him. He tells him, I don't think you're using your magic correctly, Jeff. It's what he told him.
Oh my God.
Holy cow. That's, I honestly, I could almost barely get through that because it's so crazy town. You have to wonder if he's just putting himself on, but it's pretty rough.
Oh
but you know what time it is, Jeff? It's time to give away
20 already. Wow. We got to play this song.
Play the song because we got to go with the Yeti. We have 11 guys, 11 of them in there.
11. And there he is right there.
You think, Osmond?
This is the
we
fun
in New York City must be next level to get those idiots to believe that what they're saying. Osmond says he's mentally ill. He can't answer those questions even if you think that way. The guy got all the answers he wanted to get from him. Leave it to the Jews. Tradition of wearing themselves into the problem.
I don't understand that at all.
Some blue lizard. That was a blue lizard lady that walked by. I was like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
It is real. I've seen this guy's YouTube channel. He goes out.
Oh, that guy Friedman is real. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a real dude.
The other guy.
I mean, but you just you saw him in other pictures. The guy's a professional protester. He's a graphic designer for the trans woman Muhammad. Good luck, dude. You're like you're not. You know, there's a few Muslims standing behind you. They would take care of you right then and there, dude.
That's right. Exactly. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Here's the song of the day.
Song of the day, baby. Play it.
We get to hear it twice.
We got to mint this one. This is a good one.
This is a good one.
Good.
Win, a badass yeti from the blue tribe. The pathfinder's rise. Your key.
Jeff, it's skipping again. Turn it off for a second.
Is it skipping? I don't hear it skipping.
It's mirroring. I don't know if anyone else hears that, but I'm hearing it twice. Are you guys hearing it twice? Let me play it on my side and see if it does.
Oh, you know why? I wonder, because I had the screen going with sharing audio. That's what it was. Here, try this.
Okay. Because I was like, it was going twice.
Yeah, that's probably what it was. Here, try this.
John says, yeah. Okay, let's do it again.
Win, a badass yeti from the blue tribe. The pathfinder's rise. Your key, the Zaman wallet, your fate on the chain.
Fight Alfred, shadow scout of ice and storm. Eyes like stars, feet like thunder. He runs the ridges where few dare tread, guided by whispers of ancient dread.
Through frozen fog, his signal flares, carving trails where none would dare. He finds the way when hope is lost. Pathfinder born, no matter the cost.
Run with slots over.
For the time, blue tribe rises, leave no yeti behind. Quick as frostbite, sharp as flame, he marks the trail. Remember his name. The mountain shifts, the winds collide. Follow the light, the blue tribe guide. Badass yetis. Born for battle, made for legend. Claim yours or be forgotten. Badass yetis. Badass yetis on the chain. Is on the chain.
Yeah, I wouldn't have played that other video because Osmond says that's a baby Yeti, not a warrior type at all. But maybe he has dark magic like the guy in the interview. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do is we're going to put that one on.
Yeah. Jim D was saying the badass theme doesn't work so well with a sweet sounding female femme singers. So
great.
It came out pretty good. I wanted this tone to be softer because of the Pathfinder. You see the Pathfinder, and Jim D's got a Pathfinder right there, but
did you
Pathfinder
remove
to be a little more mellow? What's
Here
that?
it is. Let's play this one real quick. We're gonna play the Yeti video so we can kind of brush up on our Yeti Blue Tribe.
Discover the awe-inspiring universe of the Badass Yetis, comprising 7 diverse clans, each possessing unparalleled abilities and strengths. The mighty Titans are a formidable and courageous clan known for their immense strength and valor. These colossal warriors are celebrated for their fearlessness and determination. The Pathfinders, cute, cuddly, but deadly. Expert hunters and trackers, they navigate mountains with ease. They'll find you if you hide. Trust me, it's best if they don't see you. The Templars are spiritual and wise, deeply understanding the spiritual forces that shape their world. They believe themselves to be the defenders of just and righteousness. The superior craftsmanship of the Frostbeards enables them to produce intricate tools and weapons using the limited resources available in their surroundings. The Shiverspine clan is the most terrifying of the 7 clans, known for their exceptional agility and stealth and ability to move silently and quickly through the snow and ice. With their telekinetic and intellectual prowess, mentalists excel as powerful foes and sought-after allies due to their ability to mentally manipulate the world around them. The Spirit Walkers attune themselves to the earth, animals, and the unseen spirit world. Their exceptional communication skills enable them to connect with the spirits of the land and draw upon their force.
Damn, I forgot how enlightening that was.
That was pretty good.
There we go. All right, let's do this, guys. Let's go ahead and let's draw. We have 11 right now. We're gonna do it. You have one last chance to
11 there. 11's a good number. Keep it at 11. I like 11.
Let's do it. Ready? All right, get the background track ready, and I'll pull it. Will ready to go. Let's go. There we go. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? Let's go. 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 Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Boom. Jim D is the big winner today. Jim D. All right.
Jim D.
Jim D.
Look at that.
Jewish Yetis. Smart, yeah.
We're gonna smart Yetis. We're gonna get
they're the ones in the yarmulkes.
We're gonna have to do a whole set of one-offs.
Jim always wins. Jim hasn't won in a while.
Jim doesn't always win.
Jim doesn't always win. There's only one person that always wins, or most of the time anyway. It's not Jim.
Rigged
hard. Jim D has magic.
Jim D has black
it.
Magic powers. That
Way to go, Jim D, and your black magic. He's like, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. Bam. There you go, black magic. Congrats, Jim D, says Reborn. Damn, D, right on. And there's Jim D at the wallet. Let's go, baby. Beautiful.
That was quick.
Jim D,
what else
beautiful. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Gotta love it.
Stand by. Stand by.
Yeah, Jim D, you're welcome, my man. You are welcome. Glad you could win, take it home. You're all set with that Zaman wallet. Appreciate it. Saturday celebration is out. And we are going to be out of here too as soon as that puppy goes. But I got a few funny things to leave you guys with. As always, got to share a little bit of fun at the end. So let's go ahead and do it. I'm going to go ahead and put up.
Let's see.
Here we go.
Today's the 8th.
Yeah, well, speaking of Jews, Jeff, that's what this right here. Here's conclusive evidence discovered of a Jew controlling the weather. And there he is right there. It's Christ parting the seas. The Jews. There you go. A Jew right there controlling the weather. There's the evidence right there. Then we've got this. Authorities warn that Katie Porter has grown to 600 feet and she's currently rampaging through San Francisco. Look at that, Jeff. She's like a giant Godzilla. Oh my God. Two bad interviews in a row, and look at that. Katie Porter is like ravaging.
We just got our spot approved in the YouTube boot camp, YouTube channel membership boot camp. Our spot has been confirmed.
What does that mean?
Welcome to the YouTube channel membership bootcamp. We're excited to confirm your acceptance into the upcoming channel membership bootcamp. It's a 12-week program.
What is it?
To help you grow your channel.
Okay.
Look at that.
Well, first of all, the first way we can grow it is to unshadow ban us. That's the first.
Oh, that's
that's the first thing we could do, Jeff. I mean,
step
just
number
saying,
one.
right?
Here we go. Here we go. Jim D. This guy is on its way. Transfer has been submitted and successfully submitted. At that, you are now the proud owner of Badass Yeti number 110, and his name is Svartoffer.
By the way, Jeff, here's another one from the Babylon Bee. Muhammad is upset Democrats keep calling Islam a religion of peace. They're not happy about that. And this one here, compromise. Trump agrees to designate Chicago mayor as House ice-free zone. So you cannot go to his house. There you go. An ice-free zone. Mayor of Chicago. And, we just had October 7th, the anniversary of the terrorist attack. In honor of October 7th, Mandami paraglides into a campaign event. Jeez, man.
My God.
Oh, man. James Comey produces a letter signed by 51 former intelligence officials saying he's totally innocent. Must be true.
That is true. Must be true.
And finally, embarrassed Jay Jones realized he's only supposed to want to murder kids before they're born. So if you haven't seen it, this guy, some things were released. You've got a big heated governor race going on in Virginia. And this guy was endorsed by the Democrat, and he said that he thinks all Republicans should be killed. But this says, he's embarrassed Jay Jones realized he's only supposed to want to murder kids before they're born. Uh-oh, rah. So that's all we have for you guys tonight. You got it? He sees it, right? Perfect.
Yep.
Straight out to the deep water. Yeah, building an army. Well done, Jim D. Especially someone other than Chad and Charles won for a change. Charles is the winningest winner of all winningest history.
That's he is definitely the most winningest of winners.
Winnerest of winners. We're just making up words at this point. It's okay. All right, guys, that's it. You got anything before you get out of here, Jeff?
That's it. We'll see you guys here Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Whatever time zone that is in your country, in your time zone, you got to figure that out yourself. But, the sun revolves around the Eastern time zone. So there you have it. But we'll see you at 8 a.m. according to us. We'll see you Saturday at the time.
Okay. Awesome. We'll see you guys on the next one. Chip and Jeff.
Are you down with OTC? Please like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when the next video drops.